Welcome to the But Also Trail Running Podcast. I'm your host, Celeste Fong. Let me start with a warning that this is an adult-only podcast. There will be profanity and indecent conversations. I would apologize, but I'm not really sorry. So tonight, I'm so excited. I have someone who I adore joining me. Everyone say
Yay.
hi.
Hi.
Marcy Ritsick, Marcy the marvelous marathoner. You like that?
Oh, love it. Love that.
What's up, girl? How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. And yes, it is lovely Wednesday afternoon here in Hartford, Connecticut.
Yeah, I know. It's raining, actually.
Raining. Yes, it's gray and miserable. That's my heavy, heavy New England sarcasm shining through.
Yeah. Well, I'm in my closet because that's where I record. So it's nice in here.
Sure, it's lovely. I'm sure you have all sorts of party lights and in the studio graphics.
We're actually building. So I have a stage in my basement and we're turning it into a reading nook and also where I will record.
Awesome.
So,
I can't wait to come do some Guitar Hero with you there.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. We do have, yeah, we do. We have karaoke set up there. There's like a TV and all of it.
You've seen your karaoke station.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I want to know everything about you because your story is actually quite fascinating. We met through running, but you also have like just the wildest life. Like it's so fascinating.
Ugh. Yeah, sometimes you just want to be a little normal or boring, and I didn't ask for this. I don't ask for the drama. It finds me, right?
Right. But I mean, boring is boring. And no one will ever accuse you of being boring.
True that.
Yeah. And same. So no judgment.
Yes. No, that's why we're friends.
Exactly. All right. So tell me everything about you.
Wow. Where should we start?
Yeah. Where do you want to start?
Well, I was born in a salt mine. No, just kidding. I was actually born right down the road here in Hartford, Connecticut. And that's too much personal information. No, take data security very seriously. But no, and for all intents and purposes for this story, yes, I'm Connecticut native. My whole family is from Connecticut, Pennsylvania. But so I could go on and drone on for an hour or two here, Celeste. But I think what you're really asking about is my DNA journey, my journey to find my bio dad in the last couple years, and my ancestry journey. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and yeah, so let's back up a little, shall we? And yes, you and I met through running. I always kind of joke that I have, in life, we have like all these sets of friends, right? That are kind of like in silos. And sometimes we have these parties in our lives and I'm like, oh no, my worlds are colliding, right? I have like my running friends and my music friends and maybe some work friends. And yeah, that's the scary part. No, just kidding. So yes, so you and I met through running, and specifically the Outrun 38 group, the cystic fibrosis group, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Wow.
I missed that group.
I know. Yes.
It all started with Liz. Background for people
yeah.
that don't know. Liz has cystic fibrosis, and the average lifespan for someone with that is 38. And
it was 38. It's now more increased.
Yeah. Yep. So when they first created it, it was to outrun
literally
the age of 38, and it became a huge like, it was so amazing. And you would see people with the outrun shirts and just like give them the L sign.
Yeah, loser. Loser.
Yeah. But everyone was so encouraging.
Yeah. Like us runners are, great group, another running group to join. So I love that. Running for me has always been about the community and the fundraising and the fun outfits and hair. Yeah. So we became fast friends. Well, medium-paced friends as we were previously.
I mean, let's set land records, okay?
Yeah, we pretty much do every darn day. So, yeah. So the running and So anyway, so let's get to the reason why we're all here. So Ancestry became popular, I think, around 2016, 17, 18.
Mm-hmm.
Sip of water, excuse me. So, we all have these iPhones in our pockets these days walking around, and it became popular. So my mom had told me she was adopted when I first went to college, those formative years, 20, whatever. So I didn't think too much of it. I was like, oh, that's cool. And those years go by, 20 years plus. And so I was like, oh, I was just always very interested in my family history. I was always asking Dad about his parents, my grandparents, the Pennsylvania Ritzicks, who were actually coal miners. And I just always thought that was very interesting, always very hardworking people. My grandparents from Meriden, and my grandfather was a window washer, and my dad was the first to go to college, and always a very strong emphasis on education in my family, like growing up. Like I just said, my dad was the first to go to college, and we sat down and did math every night. Grew to love math. I love solving for X. There's an answer for everything if you know me too. So that's perhaps it's an interesting analysis. Anyway, so the Ancestry, sent away for it out of pure curiosity. Mom is adopted and my French, Italian. She thought her name was something certain at the time of her adoption from the Catholic Family Charities in Hartford.
Okay.
In the 40s. Yeah, so she was always raised Irish. I was raised Irish in West Hartford. Nana came from Hartford, the Boston cooking school from Irish people by way of Boston. The fun stories Nana used to tell of growing up in Frog Hollow section of Hartford. She would practice the violin for a little Swedish boy named Otto.
Oh, and that's adorable.
His mother would think it was him playing the violin, and she would sneak out the window at the end of the lesson, and he would pay her. So, as if it was him practicing. So, because he didn't want to practice, so she would do it and get paid. So, yeah, and the stories of growing up in the Depression in Hartford, and all her sisters were in the hospital with the flu, and she stole a Christmas tree from the church, so the family would have a Christmas tree to put in the house.
I love these kind of stories.
Yeah, like all that kind of stuff. And Nana was a Spitfire and drank her scotch every afternoon and had her high heels on until she was 93.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
In West Hartford, yep. And I lived in her house for 20 years in West Hartford. I was very proud to own that house, and Dad and I worked on that house, and it was really nice. So I digress. Back to the storyline. So the Ancestry became popular late 2010s. Is that how we say it? Notate that decade?
I think so, yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me. All the dry heat. So the results come back, right? You spit in the tube. It was a crazy experiment at the time. A lot of people were doing it, but, again, with the data security, do I really want to have my spit stored in some central repository X-Files situation? But I'm a very open person generally. So the curiosity always trumped any of that. Ooh, bad reference there. Sorry. Yikes. None of that. So it comes back and it says 52% Ashkenazi Jewish. And I'm like, excuse me?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said. And and that was shocking. I was on the beach on vacation in New Jersey, like Jersey Shore. I went there out of pure curiosity associated with the show, the MTV show.
Yeah.
Here I am in my late 40s, checking out Jersey Shore.
Tan laundry. I got you.
GTL, baby. So I was more like the ski lift that they have there, like the horizontal people mover. Yeah, I had to see that at sunset. So there I am, very surreal experience, right? Like it's a movie. Still is, as I recall this memory right now and talk to you about it. So pull up the iPhone 6, glaring in the sun. 52% Ashkenazi Jewish.
How is this possible?
First of all, what the hell does Ashkenazi mean?
Right.
And you're just kind of focusing on that word, I think, to distract yourself from the fact that it also says Jewish, which I clearly know what that means, which is awesome. Like Mazel Tov, especially growing up in West Hartford, everyone's Jewish. I think it's the most Jewish population between New York and Boston, from what I've read.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. And, marathon training, oftentimes I would sneak in the long run on a Friday night instead of Saturday morning. I'd get it out of the way for the weekend.
Yeah.
That's how I prefer to long run. And everyone is walking to temple on Friday night. So sometimes I would sneak. I didn't mean to, but I'm a pretty quiet runner, and I would accidentally scare people that are walking to temple. So I like all those memories. Anyway, so I'm very confused. And then you find the section on the app where it has DNA relatives. So I clicked on that tab once you're fumbling through the app. It's only 2017. iPhones have only been out for, a couple years.
Right.
Gen X probs, you're like, what the hell is going on here? Still, you're kind of shocked that it says Jewish. I'm like, it starts to become like, at this point, Celeste, like the movie, like surreal.
Yeah. Like, how is this even possible?
Out of body experience. Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the? So DNA relatives, and you're scrolling through pages of names that you don't recognize anyone, like not one person.
And that's, your mind's got to be going like, wait.
Oh, it's going. It's freaking going. Like pace, like heart rate monitor off the charts, right? And it's and most of the names, like 90% of the names, are like super Hebrew sounding names. There's a couple other names. But just the fact that DNA relatives and there's not one person. And there's also like 15,000.
You didn't know from either side.
It does indicate mother or father, I think, on the app. The app's been updated a million times since then.
I mean,
but I think it does say, it does indicate what side.
I mean, this is almost 10 years ago. So we're talking.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Technology, that's like a lifetime.
Yeah, it is. Yep. So it does indicate, and most of it is the father side. Most of it says father.
Okay.
Like 90% of it says the father side, and it's mostly very Hebrew sounding, and a lot of it not from the USA.
And you're just like, I don't know anybody.
I'm like, what the frick is going on? So there's an 800 number. I'm pretty adept, figuring out internet sleuthing. So I call the 800 number. I'm like, there's a few problems here, sir. I'm like, first of all, I'm not Jewish. There's a typo. Like, you have the wrong sample mix up. And these people, I don't know who they are. And he's like, I will take your name and number, call you back. But I assure you there's no mix up here. Like, this is your data.
Science is science.
Yeah. Like my brother. So Celeste also, my brother is a PhD scientist. And
well, and you're a math person, so you're logical.
Well, I'm an educated person and most logical person. And I know that it's just still very hard to believe. It's just still, as I say it to you now.
Well, yeah. I mean, 40 years of your life, you're taught this. And then.
Yes, your whole identity.
Yeah.
45. Yeah. Yep. So you finally, quickly, I knew this was no typo. Instantly. I knew there was no typo. There's no typos, as you said, in science.
Yeah.
So but you have to do the due diligence and call the number.
Yeah.
And so now you're deduced, the next deduction is, infidelity or sample. I think
again, science is science.
It's hard to recall my thought pattern at the time. But yeah, so your brain starts to do if, then, what, and starts to do the reasoning. But okay, so I saw one person on the DNA match tab that was 27% the same DNA as mine, like close relative. And I think it said the age or the birthday, and it was very similar to mine. And there was another one with half of that. So it would be my niece or someone else. So there's these two like very strong matches. So I start to focus in on that. And long story short, that ends up being my new half sister.
That's insane.
That grew up, Celeste, in the same town as me.
Oh my God. Did you know her?
No, but I've met her a few times now.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it took me a while to figure all this out, but that ends up being my new half sister who grew up a mile from me. and went to the other high school.
Now, do your parents know, at the time, did your parents know you had a half sister?
No.
Okay. Wow. Wait, did you call your parents? Like, what did you do?
So long story short, I have 2 new half sisters.
Oh my God.
The other one grew up in the Hartford area as well, on the other side of the river. Yeah, so but these are only the ones that we know about that have tested into the system, so to
Well,
speak.
right, because there's
Yeah,
got to
that
be
have spit in the tube.
absolutely millions and millions of people that have not done that.
Yes, well, hopefully not millions of my siblings.
Well, yeah.
There are stories of 100 siblings in a pod, so to speak. So we call a group of us siblings are called a pod.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So we've all met now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry, I didn't answer your last question,
yeah, go
Senator.
ahead.
No, can you repeat the question?
Oh, so did you did you go to your parents and ask
Oh yeah.
what
Oh
the
yeah.
fuck?
Oh, you're damn right. I went to my parents and asked what the fuck. But you know what, Celeste? It took me a month or 3 to garner the courage to do that.
Because you're just gonna, because
Yeah.
again, in your head, it's okay. Was there infidelity? Am I going
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
how is this going to affect
Yeah.
my family? Is it like I was adopted and nobody told me? Is it there's so many options? Well, I guess there's not that many options, but
No, there's not. There's not that many. You can count them on a few fingers. How
it's
many
either
options?
infidelity.
Yep.
I mean, I guess it's not, it wasn't as common back then, but people do have open marriages. So it could have been, you know what I mean?
Right.
That.
Which is captured under the word infidelity for this purpose.
Right. It could have been like in vitro, of, you know what I mean? Like a sperm
Yes.
donor. It could have been
Yep.
adoption. So you don't know at this point if you're related to either parent.
Right.
Okay. So what happened? What did they say?
Oh, are you on the edge of your seat?
Yes. Okay.
Oh my God. So I got the courage to talk to mom. And I was like, Mom, come meet me for a martini, right now.
Yeah, we need
So,
alcohol for this.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I yeah. So I have to show her the screen, my phone. I'm like, do you know anything about this? Why am I Jewish?
Explain yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. So it took me we didn't have a very warm and open relationship in my later year, just so it took me a lot.
Yeah.
And so sorry, a lot of sirens going on here. And city life, and I'm also just distracting. This is hard to talk about still, as I'd like to say it all out loud.
It will
It's
affect your life forever.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
to mention your entire family.
yeah. And my medical history of now, which I have, because I had no medical history with mom being adopted, and now I don't know what the heck all this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to that part. So, yeah. So long story short, she had fertility treatments. My mom and dad had fertility treatments, i.e. sperm donor.
Okay.
And it was the donor was Jewish. And so I'm half, and Mazel Tov. And so now I celebrate freaking Hanukkah, which is a beautiful festival of lights, and I love everything about it. And yeah, you just need to know what the fuck is going on here, as you said.
And
So,
were there ramifications throughout your family, like siblings and your parents and
yeah, what do you mean ramifications? Can
well,
you clear?
I can't imagine,
Yes.
they obviously didn't tell you this.
Right.
And now you know.
Yeah.
So something like that can either strengthen a relationship
Yeah. Yeah.
or destroy it.
Yeah. Yep.
Or your brother, how it would affect him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and my sister and my little sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent multifaceted question there, Celeste. Let me start with part A. Yes, so I would say it destroyed most of my relationship. So I'm sitting here in downtown Hartford right now, and my family is in West Hartford, and we haven't spoken in years.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it sucks. It's really, really hard. Yeah, especially as my parents get older, and same with my little sister who lives close by and I think works here. Yeah, it really sucks. It's really hard. You know why it was strained is because I think I know I went to go seek out my bio dad and I met him. I found him, Celeste.
I remember this
Yeah.
personally, but people that
Yeah.
are listening don't know. So yeah.
Yeah, well, now they know. And it's a big part of, like you said, my life changing. I needed to know who I look like. And so just going back before I forget to say it, how it changed everything is that now I have a medical history and I know, there's certain medical things
Right.
I need to look out for.
But you only know to a degree because
No, I know.
no, I mean on your mom's side though, because your mom was adopted.
Yeah, that's correct.
So you only know one generation
Yeah.
on your
Yep.
mother's side, and now
Yep.
your bio dad, you'll have more information for.
Yeah,
He
that's
shared
correct.
everything, but
Yeah. Yep. Well, I went to the doctor with him because I moved there under the assumption I was going to take care of him, which I did for like a week or two till I figured out I had to get the hell out of there.
oops.
Yep. Until I figured out, oopsie, they took my Connecticut driver's license and I freaked out and had to go home. Yeah.
Crazy.
And yeah. Yes, it is.
So what did you find out with your medical? Because that's a whole nother thing that you found out.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a lot of breast cancer runs in Jewish families. So extra vigilant about that. And arthritis. Like I wanted to know like the migraines. So I've always been very open and an advocate for migraines. I'm a volunteer patient advocate with a drug company. And so I was like, who has these migraines? Because they're very genetic and no one around me seemed to have them as badly. And so, yeah, lo and behold, it was like his mom who would be trapped in dark rooms for days, he said. And I'm like, oh, okay, my grandmother, my genetic grandmother.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're from Brooklyn. Yep, Russian Orthodox Jewish people from Brooklyn. I'm like, oh my gosh. When I ran New York City Marathon a few times, I would always feel like very drawn to that neighborhood, miles 9 through 12.
Yeah, and it's sad because you found this out. You were
Yeah.
you were what, about 40?
Mid 40s, like
Okay.
45, 46, 40. No, wait, 47. But when I met him, I was like 47-ish.
Okay. So you
48. I don't know. I'm denial with that number, but yeah.
uh, same girl, same.
It's blurry. Like seriously, Celeste, the trauma of it makes a lot of these details a little fuzzy.
So I was actually when you're telling me the story, in my head I was thinking this is a trauma.
Oh hell yeah, it is.
It is
Yeah.
a trauma, and
It's a major complex PTSD. Yeah.
yeah, and it affects everything in your life, right?
Yeah,
So you find
today
out
it affects my career as I sat at my job literally today.
yeah,
It affects everything.
your job. It affected your
my relationship, my marriage
family
at the time. Yeah.
Yes, like so you've lost touch with your so your mom is your bio mom.
Yeah, my mom is my mom. My dad who raised me. Yeah.
You've lost that.
Well, yeah, and he's not doing well. He has Parkinson's which changes personalities.
Right.
Yeah.
And now you've lost touch with your little sister.
Yep.
Now
She has
they
her own
find
issues.
out that I'm assuming are all three of you? Do they even know?
Excellent question. So I've always suspected that something was different with me.
Okay.
Right? Funny. So I look the same as my brother. We both have this reddish, darker complexion. And my sister was a bleach blonde growing up. And how can that be? Right. So I would tease her that she was adopted when we were little and make her cry. I'm like, oh, snap. I'm like, we shared a room. I teased the hell and made her cry a lot. But that one thing always stood out. And now I'm like, oh shit, it was me that was different, But to have that suspicion when you're 4, 5, 6 years old. So thinking back on it now, I'm like, oh my God, I always knew. So the story is, Celeste, is that me and my brother are donor conceived and that all the stress was off my mother trying to get pregnant and have kids. And that naturally my little sister came along and she is their natural child.
Okay. Now, do you and your brother have the same sperm donor?
Yes. From what I believe.
So you guys are actual full siblings?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And again, listen, family is made up of so many different
That's right.
There's a big difference between biology and family.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're not. And I'm not in any way belittling any family that's not biologically
Yes.
related.
That's right. Love makes a family. And that's why we make the distinction in this little community by saying like bio dad.
Exactly. And,
Yeah.
part of that is, I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're raised having this belief and you find out it's
Yeah.
not true. And that must be like, it must fuck with your head as far as like trust.
Yeah.
Right? Like the people that raised you lied to you your whole life.
Yeah.
That's gotta fuck with your head.
Yeah. Well, Celeste, I feel like people in my community that this like happens to, like, I'm not saying I'm a victim. I'm very grateful that I was born, especially into a place like West Hartford, like this, white privilege in this like affluent community. Like, how lucky am I? Like, so I never felt that. A lot of people are very angry, like you said, about this and have like trust issues and like are just very angry at their parents. I actually just had a lot of empathy from my mom, especially at the time, like a woman in the early 70s who couldn't have kids. All that stigma, especially an Irish Catholic family.
Yeah.
So I was more upset, Celeste, that they wouldn't talk to me now, that they're like shutting me out now.
I mean, I
That's
don't
very
blame.
upsetting.
That's heartbreaking.
It's
But
heartbreaking.
I think that
You're
any
like
reaction is valid, right? Like we all handle trauma differently.
Exactly. And perhaps, maybe this is their reaction to me, coming out with all this and speaking publicly like this. Celeste is very almost hurtful to them and is maybe seen as what am I trying to say? A violation. Yeah, thank you. A betrayal to them.
But
so
it's your story.
Thank you. Yes.
I don't think that there's anything wrong
It is
with
my truth.
however
It's
you
my
create
identity.
a family, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying like I can't. So just to give a little background for me, my mother was told she couldn't have children, and they tried and tried and tried, and they were in the process of they were going to adopt when they found out they were pregnant with me. And then I was 15 when I was told I can't physically get pregnant. Or that it would be extremely difficult. I'd have to go through, in vitro or something like that. And, I did. I almost died with 2 of my kids. I had 3 miscarriages. So it was very, very difficult. But so, like, I can really empathize with your mom who wanted to have kids and, you know what I mean? So, like, it's got to be such a mix of emotions. It's not just like just anger or just, everybody's going to handle it differently in how you're raised and how there's so much to it.
Yes. Well said. Very complex and very strong and passionate and complex emotions. Yes.
And I'm sure that it changes. You know what I mean? Like today you're
like,
oh, yeah, okay, I can empathize with this and I'm okay with it. And then the next day it's, oh, wait, this makes me sad. And I want to meet my dad and like bio dad and find out things. Cause there are like you said, medical issues or
my knees. Hello.
Shit. And it's kind of sad too that you missed out on a whole community, like the Jewish community. You weren't raised.
Thank you for saying that. Yes, but I would have loved to, like it's such a cool. Thank you for saying that. Like, no, I feel like you're the only person so far that has recognized that for me. So thank you so much.
Yeah,
you're amazing.
We all are raised in communities. We find our own communities, and they're all important. And it's almost like it's sad that you missed out on that.
Yeah. So Celeste, I'm doing that for myself now. That's why I wear a Star of David necklace and like do Hanukkah for myself. My birthday's in early December. Yeah, my birthday's in early December, and I've always loved it. And now I'm like, I always had an affinity to it. So it's awesome. So
it's a huge part of who you are.
Yeah. And I play the fiddle, I'm like, oh my gosh, like now I know why. Like I've always, it all makes sense. Like It's so cliche, but it's really true at the same time.
It really does go to the whole nurture versus nature,
Yes,
right?
and it's crazy when I think about the similarities of my brother and my sister and I, like, and my new sisters. Like, my new sister is a science PhD, just like my brother, and she runs marathons. She runs half marathons in Disney costumes.
That's
I'm like, "Oh my god."
and you guys met.
And the curly hair, the
Yeah.
brown I have curly hair, and I'm like, "Where does it come from? Bleach blonde, straight hair, sister."
Right?
We don't look alike. Yeah.
That's just
Yeah. So, it's been a journey, literally, out to Washington State and back. So, but no regrets. I always just did the best I could in the time.
well, and again, we all make choices based on
Yep.
where we're at that given moment. And
Yeah.
I always try and say I don't regret because I wouldn't be here. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Mhm.
If anything was it's like the butterfly effect,
Yes,
right?
firmly.
If anything you chose differently, you wouldn't be where you are.
If any one thing, if you took a turn at the last tree,
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever watch Doctor Who?
No, Miss
Oh,
Fantasy. I have I have not, nor will I, but thank
there's
you.
an episode where it's all about taking the wrong turn and
The Hobbit, yeah. I'll
oh,
take your word for it, madam, but
yeah, I'm a nerd. It's okay.
yeah, I know you are. That's another reason I love you, but yeah, so
So fascinating.
yes, it is, but so I've channeled a lot of this. Yeah, like, it's still, like, it comes in waves still. It affects me every day, and I do a lot of work in my advocacy groups because I wanna help people with it, and it's crazy. And then there was that whole, like, data breach with 23andMe, and I deleted it.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that in
Didn't
the
they
news? And
sell the company or something and now it's owned by
yes. No.
I don't know. My husband was telling me about it and, he's so smart that sometimes I zone out.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So,
it,
it's crazy.
it's a trauma. Like you've
Yep,
lived through one hell of a trauma.
it was just very surreal is the word that I could explain this identity crisis that one goes through when you're, old and everything you think is different. It was very surreal. So,
Well, I think any major change in life will cause an identity crisis, right?
yeah.
Like even good things that happen, becoming a mom, identity crisis, getting married,
Mhm.
identity crisis. So it's not
Mhm.
necessarily a bad thing,
Getting divorced and having to have your husband arrested.
identity crisis. Yeah, no, I mean, again, it's a
Yeah.
trauma in life.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, it could even
strength.
quitting my job of 18 years at the Capitol. We didn't talk about that,
Oh
so
yeah. So because when you found out about your bio dad,
yeah, so let's talk about that because that's,
yes.
like, impacted my day today. So, I found out who the bio dad was after okay, let's talk about that whole process. So, I was in a closed secret Facebook group that you find when you go make this initial discovery, and there are these people, these beautiful people called search angels, and they're just researchers, a lot of academic researchers, and especially for Jewish people, they help you piece together who your relatives are, your bio dad, so to speak. It's like
Yep.
called triangulation because I had no direct match. And if you're related to A and you're related to person B, then A equals C. I said it wrong.
I know what you mean though.
My strength was algebra. But anyway, so long story short, she helped me find him, and I texted him, and I got a reply back 1 year later on Christmas Eve,
Wow.
watching Die Hard, yeah, on the couch
Because Die
on
Hard's a
Christmas Eve.
Christmas movie, but go ahead.
Exactly, it is. And so I said to him, I, of course, Google him, do all my Google research, found out he was pretty wealthy out in Washington. I'm like, he's going to think I'm after the money, which I'm not. So, I research in the groups of like what to even write in the text. You're like drafting this text for like days. And I'm like, I don't want your money. I just want you to know that you have a person out here and that I'm pretty cool. You should know
Yeah.
about me. Like, you should know I exist. God damn it. No, I didn't write that. But I'm like, I don't want anything from you. I just want you to see this picture of me and like a connection if you want one.
Right.
And he wrote back a whole year later.
That's crazy.
Yep. This whole thing is crazy. So, yeah. So
This is like a fiction book, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But
Literally, there are fiction books about it, and I am going to write a book, and I want to talk to Mikey more about that. But so he texts back a year later. He sends me like a text about like medical notes. It reads like, because he was an emergency room doctor his whole life. Yeah. So we form a like pretty strong and fast connection. And I start FaceTiming with him, and I look exactly like him, Celeste. The first time I ever saw him on FaceTime, I like cried instantly.
Yeah. I've seen the pictures. You look exactly like him.
You have? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I remember when you
don't let me bias you. Yeah, everyone does. I know.
Yeah. You look just like him.
Right? I've never looked like anyone besides like my brother, like a little bit,
Yeah.
like my brother half.
Was your brother interested in meeting him?
Nope.
Okay.
And I was the only one that was like super into this.
Which is a personal choice. And you can't blame him for.
No, I can't they can't blame me for being super into it. And I can't blame them for being various degrees. Also my various siblings for being various degrees of curious. Like two of them wanted to be like communicated with him briefly. And one of the siblings wants nothing to do at all.
And all of that is fair.
Yeah, of course. Everyone, like you said, everyone's feelings are valid and at their own can change over time also.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I quit my job, my career of 17 years at the state capitol, picked up my life and went out there.
Yeah.
Drove to Washington.
Which is brave.
During winter, it was like, early March. It was like the first week. It was still a little snowy out there. Yeah, like bravery comes in all forms.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's scary. Like, I can't even,
And so is, running trail ultra marathons.
I mean, we all.
Ski racing, right? So.
Yeah.
Hi, Maxie. Hi, puppy.
Oh, I love dogs.
Maxie came too. And then he had these cats. Oh my God, these cats at his house. And it was a shit show with my dog. Yeah, my big black lab. Right, Mimi?
Yeah, but your dog is gorgeous.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
I mean, I'm biased, but dogs are better than people.
He has like 20 towns.
Which at this point, that's more than I have.
Really?
Well, once I finished, I have probably done like 3 since I finished all those years ago.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, that's right. So I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Queen Celeste?
Yeah, I mean, I'm round 2.
Yeah, round 2. Okay, yeah.
I have no intention of ever doing it.
I don't know why people do that.
Yeah.
No offense to any listeners out there.
We all do our own journey. It's just that I got into more like ultras, so I don't really run many races.
Everyone's athletic journey is valid.
Exactly.
Or non-athletic journey like my current one.
Yeah, well, life is a journey.
I'm in my resting era.
I'm in my bitch era, but that kind of lasted 50 years, so.
Is there anything else that you want to know about? Do you have any other questions or curiosities?
I mean, obviously a gazillion, but no, I think it's just a fascinating story. Right?
Yeah.
Like, because, and I've known you for over 10 years, right?
Feels like a hell of a lot more.
Let's see. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Do the math. No, probably about right. 16. Yeah.
Is it 26? No, I've known you longer than 2016.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
I've probably known you 10 years. Let's say that. At least 10 years.
A solid fortnight.
I've known you from before this.
Yeah, the before times.
Yeah. It's an amazing journey. And like, seriously, the strength to live through something like this and come out on the other side. And I know that you're on the other side, but you're not, if that makes sense. Like, you'll never be.
It's different.
Yeah. And it's like a before and after.
It's like the
after
COVID
still
times.
Going on. Like, there's ramifications that will your whole life.
Yeah, I feel like it's COVID times. Like, everything is different now. Like, we have like curbside now and remote work.
Right. And you will never ever go back to what it was before.
No, you can't. It's like your timeline. I know you're a Marvel nerd, and like, yeah, your timeline is altered. Everything, your reality is changed. It's stepped through the portal,
And like you said,
swooshy thing. Everything is different.
you
They
quit your
ripped through the
job,
time
right?
fabric. Yeah,
Yes. So you quit your job and now
yeah.
you're back in Connecticut, but there's still consequences to all of it.
Oh yeah,
You've lost touch with your family, which another consequence.
yeah,
You're
huge.
like it's just and here you are, you're still going on. You're advocating for people, you're
Hmm.
volunteering, you're trying to help others in a similar situation. Like,
Yeah.
girl, that's fucking amazing.
Well, and I relate a lot of it back to distance running, right?
Yeah.
And like there is no choice, right foot, left foot, and you keep going because there's no other choice.
Yeah.
And that's all I know. But I've also learned like to go to the aid stations and to take all the things because burnout is real. And especially as I do get chronologically older, I have to take care of myself. That self-care term, I feel like is getting a little cringy, but I've learned how to finally do it is what I'm trying to say. And I'm proud of myself. Yeah. Like driving out there, like to me, it wasn't brave. It was borderline stupid, maybe at some points to keep going through some, icy spots or whatever. But, it was like trail running alone. That was in my analogy. And I was always like safe, and did all the safety checks and all that stuff. So to me, it was the other stuff like quitting my job. Like in retrospect, that's what's had the impact on me long term, like
Yeah.
2-3 years later.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but I did the best I could at the time, and I'm doing the hard work to get back where I was professionally and just use what I've learned. And maybe it's a great pivot point to
Well, okay, it's like
the
you said, with
future.
distance running, right? Like you build up and you do these distance races or whatever, right?
Yeah, I
Then you
used
get
to.
an injury and
Yeah.
it sets you back.
Yep.
And all you can do is go back out there
Yeah.
and work back to it.
It's the work ethic that I'm so proud of that my dad, instilled in me. And that's all I know. You just keep trucking
Yeah.
and you put your head down and you keep fueled and smart and along the way, and that's it, and just keep going back to what I know. And especially having that identity rip, I just go back to the last thing I know, which is my state job, and stability and security are very important for me.
Yeah.
I just go back to what I know, and that my friends are my family, as we referred to before. It's not DNA, it's
No. Sometimes
not
chosen
that.
family is
Oh yeah, I
so
know
much
that.
stronger.
I know you know all about that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Uh,
It's amazing. But yeah, it's definitely everything's different and but it's a good different, change is good, especially for old people like me. So
I mean, same. And I hate change
yeah.
because I'm a prima donna, but that's beside the point. Well, here's the thing. I really, really appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. The whole reason I do this podcast is because I love people's stories. I love to talk and I love hearing people's stories because you never know when someone will hear something that will help them.
Yep.
And whether it's, something like, okay, I lived through this traumatic event and I'm on the other side and I'm moving forward. And if somebody's going through some kind of trauma and they hear the inspiration of getting through it, you never know when you're helping someone like that?
That's right.
So I
Yeah.
the fact that not only have you lived through this, which is fucking amazing, but that you're willing to share it and share your story, that's
Yeah.
just so brave because a lot of
Yeah.
people wouldn't.
Nope. They wouldn't. And I know there's probably a lot of stigma, and I know a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people just wouldn't. But I've always been an open book, and I credit, my upbringing to that too, just sharing and being an open book. And
And
it's
I would like
good.
to point out any kind of stigma for something like this, fuck anyone who's judging.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's a reflection of that person, but I don't. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Especially for something like this. It's not like you had any control over.
also that.
Like, hey, I wasn't there when I was created. So
I was born into this. Yeah. Like, born into this affluence. It's not my fault.
Yeah.
And I've always had, just one more little like weird micro comment. I always had a very keen sense of self-awareness from a young age.
Yeah.
Like a really weird young age, like, 5. Like I was in this movie and I like main character energy. I know you have that too, Celeste. I know you can relate.
It was shocking to find out that the world did not revolve.
Yeah, I know. It still does. Don't worry. It always will. It always will.
Kill my husband.
Yeah, he knows. So it's really weird, and now this movie is like plot twist, part 2. So it's really weird. The whole thing is very surreal. But anyway, no, I loved being on your podcast. Open book. If anyone has any questions out there, please feel free to contact me anytime. Celeste can get you my deets.
Yes.
All those long, arduous hours that we're running together, like the stuff comes out, and running. Yeah. Running, I don't think is technically a therapy, but running complements therapy quite nicely. Let me just say that for the record.
Especially in distance, there's an authenticity to it.
There is.
You're fucking tired to be fake.
Yeah, well, there is. Yes, there's a raw authenticity to it, yes. But scientifically also, I learned through actual therapy that there's like a bilateral motion to it, like right, left swinging of the arms mimics some type of like cognitive behavioral therapy and all sorts of weird sciencey things, but it's pretty cool.
See, that's why
that's why it's good stuff.
In my head.
Yes, and sleep and all, and good nutrition and all the things.
I don't do.
No self being hard on ourselves. But anyway, it's been a pleasure. And no, like I said, if anyone has any questions or is in a similar situation and wants to, talk about this stuff, that's cool too.
You are the best, Marcy. I appreciate it.